Hello everyone. We are from Tainan Municipal High School. I'm Wayne. We prepare a group for you to experience a local life in Tainan. And the theme is having a lifelong day in Tainan. And Harry will introduce the concept.
We will bring you to different temples, which present different stage in our life. And the link is held lifelong stage in Tainan. Well, let's welcome Benny to introduce the reason why we choose this thing. People in Tainan have a close relationship with temples in their daily life. Temples can be seen almost everywhere in Tainan. Then, we will tell you about our schedule.
And you can see the schedule. First, we meet at a Xinguang department store. Then, go to the first attraction, Tainan Temple. We go to Tainan Temple to worship. And then, go to the second attraction, Confucius Temple. Most of the visitors go to Confucius Temple to pray for success in their studies. And then go to the second attraction, Chongqing Temple. And you can go to the Chongqing Temple to pray sincerely to your Lord. After that, go to the last attraction, Xikang Temple. And then after that, you can go home and rest. Next, they will come here to introduce the main itinerary of our trip.
The trip is arranged according to life from birth to death. We will start from Chongqing Temple, Confucius Temple, Chongqing Temple to Xikang Temple. Copying replaces death. Let's move to the first destination, Xikang Temple. Xikang Temple was built in 1732. It is the oldest Tainan temple in Taiwan. The next Tainan comes from its main goddess and 6 fairies. The celebration 16-year-old is a famous ritual. After that, the children are regarded as adults. When I walk into the temple, I smell the familiar smell of burning insects. I saw 2 or 3 children playing in front of the temple. The scene reminds me of my carefree childhood. There are 7 goddesses in this temple. Tainan was Jin and who fell in love with Nola. They only meet on Qixi Festival every year. Tainan also protects women and children. And if you want to present the tradition when you take interest, you can come to Xikang Temple. I give you 1.5 stars. I feel great in the historical temple. But there are too many people and it was crowded. Next, Katie will talk about the Confucius Temple.
If everyone's dream to get good grades and then go to a good school, therefore choose a Confucius Temple to represent the learning process in life. Arriving at the Confucius Temple, what you can see is a bold set, first school in Taiwan. Then, do you know how much you will spend on your tickets if you want to visit the Dachen Hall inside? Maybe you will think the answer is $10, $20, or $100. But as you can see, the answer is 25 NT dollars. If you want to visit the Dachen Hall inside, you need to buy 25 NT dollars. Tainan citizens can also enter in for free as long as they show their ID card or student card. After visiting the classroom hall inside, you will see the bulletin board on your right-hand side of the classroom gate. You can write your blessings and hang your wishes on this bulletin board. It reminds me of the warmth of visiting Dr. Confucius Temple with my family when I was in junior high school. The environment is clean, transportation is convenient, and there are delicious food nearby. So we gave the Confucius Temple 4 stars. Next, when we will introduce the Chongqing Temple.
And the Chongqing Temple is built in October 1960 and was damaged by airline bombing in 1943. It was rebuilt after the war. And the Chongqing Temple is located in the Middle Temple in the West Central District of Tainan City. And it is said that as long as you stir a finger in the Middle Temple, you can restore your face change. And the building looks a little plain and old, as you can see. And the entrance is green. And that is the bigger. And show us see if you are going to give a good sign. And enter empty. The picture is a little secret, but environment is good. So the picture is a little secret, but the picture is a big coverage, but it's not important to remember. And see my sign, Josh's sign, is a big sign. And the location is a little secret, but the environment is so small, and it's not easy to find parking space. So I'm giving 2.5 stars. And next, we welcome Terry to introduce the sugar cutting board.
Cutting board appeared in 1942. One day, a customer said he wanted to eat a meal. Miss Suluya thought of adding chicken liver to Western-style pastry boxes to menu snack. Before the meal was on the table, the wonderful smell reminded me of my mother. I only get snack hot stuff because it tastes really not good.
The day was my birthday and my friend Jenny was proud. There were so many people around me and it was embarrassed. Nobody had heard my birthday before, so I really think that. Next, Terry will talk about our conclusion.
Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is it's about creating yourself. People of different stage make wishes in the temple. God will help those who help themselves. All the dreams will come true with blessings from the heaven. Thanks for your listening. 谢谢收听。
Hi, I think you use a very creative way in introducing what's special about Tainan because you use the life process, the different life stages, 生命历程, like introduce what other food or other places to visit in Taiwan. And you also give some ratings with reasons and your thoughts, which is, I think, is persuasive. Okay, but there's something that you can make more emphasis is about your Chinese name of this presentation. It's even more creative, 莫名其妙. You can talk about why do you want to name your presentation through these 4 characters. 莫, what does it mean? And 名其妙, 为什么你们要奇怪的奇，然后名字的名，然后妙的妙. You can highlight the significance of this. That would be even better. And same like what we have seen in previous groups, you are acting a little bit too nervous. So like what we said before, try to be more confident. Yeah, because you all spend your time and effort here, and you should appreciate yourself for doing this. Okay, good job.
Okay, your presentation in Chinese explanation of each temple, the role of each temple is very good. And each of you have been to different temples that you give a star, or comments or reflection of that. So I think it's very good. The timeline you have in your temple is very clear also. So I can see it very clear what is each temple you are going to say, or what is the meaning of each temple, because I've never been to other great temples you mentioned, so I learned from that. And also you mentioned the tradition of each temple, and after that you mentioned the food, the food. There is a connection also. So if you're introducing, for example, Confucius Temple, and you also mentioned, I really like it, because I went there when I was younger, then over there, close by, also there is a lot of food, there is a lot of connections between that. Overall, I really enjoyed, and your presentation is good. The content is very good, but the downside of the presentation, you're so nervous, each of you, I can see, but just standing over there, just enjoy your presentation through the audience. Okay, very good.
Thank you.